Hello children, let's learn something about page layout. Uh, in this chapter, we will learn how to make the arrangements of your pages. Okay children? Now here Word offers a variety of page layout and formatting options that affect how content appears on the page. You can customize the page orientation, paper size, your page margins depending on how you want your document to appear. Okay, now initially children, when you talk about page orientation, I'll just take some contents. Okay children, equal to the ready-made contents RMD opening and equal to RAND shift opening and closing bracket enter. Okay, I have some contents over here. Now my view children, over here you see at the corner it's 156%, but what we can do is we can center it up. Okay, I'll make it to 100%. Fine. And then here I have a page layout option. Okay, so we'll go to layout. Okay, when you see the layout ribbon, you can see margins, you can see orientation in your page setup, your size, your columns, your breaks, your line numbers, your hyphenation. Okay, so we'll see the orientation as your in your book. Word offers two page types of orientation: landscape and portrait. Okay, now how do we compare children? When I click on orientation, portrait means in the vertical format and landscape means in the horizontal format. You see, horizontally widthwise the page is increased. Orientation, I click on layout, orientation, landscape and portrait. Portrait is in vertical format and landscape is in horizontal format. So depends on how your what type of work you're doing children, accordingly you can change the layout. Okay, so when you select the layout tab, I repeat, we have to click on the orientation tab. Okay, you click here, then you have the group. Okay, click on the orientation command in the page setup, and then the drop down menu will appear. So accordingly you can make changes to your page size. Fine children, sorry, page orientation. Now we have the margins children. Word has a variety of predefined page sizes to choose from. When you click on margins, you have the margins, your left and right margins, but you have the size. Okay, you can change the size of the paper by clicking on page size. I'll teach you the margins also, don't worry children. Okay, we will come ahead. Now by default the page size of a new document is 8.5 inches by 11 inches. Okay children, 8.5 inches by 11 inches is the default size. Depending on your project, you may need to adjust your documents page size. It's important to note that before modifying the default page size, you should check to see which page sizes your printer can accommodate. Okay children, so from here, now there are various projects given that are all over the world your MS Office is used. Okay, so different companies will be using different types of papers available in the market. Okay, when you say more paper sizes, you have a very big list of paper sizes here also, which your paper size can be changed. Okay, when you click on the paper size, you get a these were the default. Supposing I cancel this, when you click here, these are the default sizes which are available. If you want more paper sizes, you can click on more paper sizes and customize your paper. Okay, when you click on more paper size, you get a dialog box like this. Okay, where you can change your height and width, you can customize it. Supposing now I change, as I click down or up, okay, you see automatically custom size appears. Okay, height 21 centimeters. You see, both width and height, the customized size keeps on changing. Okay children, I'll just click on OK. We'll see now what message is coming. Some margins are outside the printable area of the page. Try moving those margins inside the printable area. Okay, some margins are outside the printable area of the page. Try moving those margins inside the printable area. Okay, do you want to fix? You can fix that margin or you can ignore depending on your setting of your page. Fine children, supposing now if I say fix now, I want this particular paper size, so you can click on fix. If you do not want children, you can click on ignore. Okay, now children, when you see over here also, you can make changes in your paragraph settings, but we are not doing the paragraph setting right now. We are just learning with your orientation and the size of your margins. Okay, now we come back to margins, children. Now children, a margin is the space between the text and the edge of your document. Okay, by default a new document margin are set to normal. Okay, we have these normal settings, the top margin, bottom left and the right. Okay, now which means it has a 1 inch space between the edge of the text, that is here children. This is your left margin, this is the text. Okay, so your left margin is by default over here. Okay, now here you see this gray highlight. Okay, now this is the space. Now this is your left margin, which is by default set to this particular document. Now I go to orientation back and keep it as portrait. Okay, now this is your in portrait size, this is your indentation space. Okay, the space which is left from the edge of the paper till the text, usually known as indentation space. Now depending on your needs, Word allows you to change your document margin sizes also, children. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to again click on layout, we click on margins. Now similarly again you have some of the default margin setups. Okay, this is a normal one, then margins, you have moderate. Okay, you see the margins are changing, you have wide, different margins are setting as you keep changing. Mirrored you have, so I keep it as normal back again. Fine, and I click on custom. Okay, custom margin, and then here I have these dialog box. Okay, now here I can change my top margin, children, left margin, bottom and right. Now what is this gutter area? Okay, now gutter means when you punch your papers. Okay, when you punch your papers from on the left hand side, children, over here what happens is after punching, okay, that particular area will be a wastage area, right? So when you punch your paper, that will be known as the gutter area for your punching. In computer terms, they have put it as a gutter area. Okay, not the original gutter, so they have mentioned as gutter for your punching area. Then your margin from the gutter area, like say for example you have put it as 0.5. You see there is some perforation coming here. You see, I'll just increase little more, children. Okay, you see a preview over here how your gutter area. Now this is not the left margin, children. The gutter area is separate for your punching. Okay, that is 2 centimeters plus 2.8 centimeters from top, and your left margin is 2.554 from the gutter area till the text. So you see, as I increase, you see the sample, the text is moving here, children. You see 3.2 as I'm moving. Observe the preview over here, children. Okay, so the gutter area depending on your requirement and the gutter position. Now how you're going to punch the paper? Are you going to punch the paper from top? Then you set top as a gutter area. Okay, now sometimes you have the spiral bindings, you have this notepads and all, they are punched from top, so gutter position will be from top. Left, then you can put it as left. Okay, children, then you have this again, as I said, orientation, however you want, portrait, landscape, we have done. Number of pages, now you have number of pages to be put for printing per page. You want mirror margins, you will be having mirror margins like this. This is for the purpose of printing. Multiple pages, you want 2 pages per sheet, then in one document 2 pages will be divided. Okay, book fold, you'll get a book fold like this. So now these particular things will be, you can say, normal. We usually use normal, but when you're working in a printing press and all, you have to print the books and all, at that particular time you can make changes. Okay, now children, please do not say set as default, because if it is your own computer and every day you're doing the same margin printing, then you say set as default. But when you're in the school and you say set as default, what will happen is whatever changes you have made now, they will be set as default. So whoever will be using Word in that particular PC, they will have this particular settings according to what you have made customized. These are the customized settings what you have made, children. So you do not have to set as default, please remember, because what will happen is it will become your settings for others to use. Okay, so set as default means, children, to set a permanent view setup of your page which is regularly required in your Word. Only then you have to say set as default, otherwise you do not have to click here on this. Now apply to whole document. This point forward I'll explain you when we learn columns. Okay, so I'll just say okay right now, children. Over here I do not fix, I ignore this. Okay, now if you want to bring back to normal, see, now the gutter area is increased here. You see the gutter area and the left margin is increased. Okay, so it is clearly shown over here. Now in the same settings, what we will do is we'll learn something about columns, children. Now why do we require columns? As you read the newspapers and all, you see, children, flyers, our newsletters, articles, they are all divided into different sections. In one page itself you have, children, a lot of divisions in one particular paper, right? Sometimes the information you include in your document is best displayed in columns. Okay, not only can column help us improve readability, but some types of documents, as I said, flyers and all, can you can often write it in the columnar format. Okay, so Word also allows you to adjust your columns by adding column breaks. Okay, so what do we do is, children, we click on columns. When you click on columns, we have two columns, we have three columns, we have left column, we have right column. I'll just click one of these. We have two columns here. You see the division over here, two columns, but I don't have much content, so I will just select this. I will click on home, copy and paste a little more matter. Okay, so that I'll make some more matter so that you'll be able to understand the columns. Okay, children. Now here, as I click here, see page number 1 of 4 words. Fine, you see. Now here I again go to layout, columns. If I say left column, you see this format is there. If I say right column, you'll get this format. More columns. Now these are the default ones, children. If you want the number of columns to be increased, okay, I'll just keep it on 1 now, and from here I'll make some common columns. Like, say for example, I want to divide into 4 columns, so I click on 4 columns. You want a line in between, you can put a line in between and then say okay. You see what happens? You see now in the newspapers, children, columns are divided. Okay, so here now these are different sections also, children, in one page itself. Okay, so what do we do is, I'll just press a right click here, okay, on the status line, children, and I want to see the sections also. So I click on section. You see section is come here. In this particular status line, it is showing me the number of pages, number of words and the dictionary which is used. Okay, I click here on the right click, children, and I switch on the section. Okay, you want the line number, you can even take the line number on over here. And click out. Okay, so we'll make another small video, children, to understand the columns. Okay, because this has become a little timings are increased here, so